Alright, so it's getting kind of late at night. Well, this is the uh, uh, magnetron uh, injection tube, I guess. Well, it's a plate right here, which will allow the magnetron to bolt to it to a pipe. So this right here on the edge is a pipe, just like the other pipe that I have. It's like this, but it's only 4 inches instead of 12 inches. And on that pipe, there is a uh, connection that will allow it to bolt to the pipe. So there's a plate that bolts to the pipe, and then the magnetron can bolt to that. So you can see the magnetron bolts are here and here, where the bolts can actually go through the metal on the outside. And then this one actually has small screws that actually bolt into the pipe. And this part is not made to be vacuumed out. There's actually going to be air inside this chamber. And then this orange thing right here is a metal plate that stops the microwaves from just jumping right through this glass right here and going right back up and hitting the magnetron again. It actually gives it kind of a barrier to kind of take out some of the activity that's it's coming back and hitting the antenna, like it kind of stops the friction, I guess you could say, or the pressure hitting against the antenna will cause it to heat up and stuff. It's just not good for it, I would say. And that orange thing is going to be made out of one of these. I don't know, a drink mixer or whatever. I bought this a long time ago because I figured I could make something out of it. I don't drink alcohol really. Then this is a sight glass for those pipes. It's typically for making alcohol, I believe. But this is the sight glass. Right here, this is a weld connection. So you can actually weld this to a pipe or whatever. And then this is the sight glass connector thing. And then the blue part is the pink part is a sight glass seal connector. It's the cap. And the blue is the sight glass. And then there's this white in the middle right here. That's the seal, like a rubber, just a regular rubber seal. This isn't really, it doesn't matter if a little bit of the microwaves could go through it, but yeah, it doesn't do anything but stop the vacuum from coming undone. That's what that seal is, and that's why I decided I was going to buy this instead of machine this myself. But as for that, the protection shield and stuff, I would have to make myself because I never thought of anything like that. I've never seen anything like that. That black piece right there, I already made. I made this on the lathe. The sight glass will go right inside here, install, and then it's going to be soldered with an iron, with a acid solder flux. This thing on the outside fits perfectly into the pipe, and it has to be hammered in because it's such a perfect fit. It's a pressure fit. So not only is it pressure fitted, it's also going to be soldered along the edges to ensure that the vacuum doesn't come undone. These pipes are not perfectly circular, and both sides are not the exact same shape. Even though they are made of stainless steel, it doesn't matter. They did a really quick job on it. When you try to hurry machining up that fast, then things don't come out perfect, and they're not. So it's going to be soldered around the edges here, and then the same thing is going to happen when I install the sight glass. It's going to be installed and then soldered. And then I'm also going to make a small pipe, small hole on this ring right here, and the small hole is going to come out along one of these edges and then come up and then around, and then it's going to come out to here. because I don't want to put any holes in the main chamber. And then this little connection right here is where the vacuum valve and the vacuum is done. All the vacuuming and stuff is going to be done in this area. And the type of valve is a pin valve, because the pin will come down over the hole, a piece of metal, and that will make sure that ensures that the microwaves will not come out. So yeah, let's go ahead and draw a knob here, so that way you can see kind of a little bit more of what's going on there. Then a little connection for the vacuum hose. All right, so yeah, the vacuum and stuff is done here. There's definitely going to be some some weld or some type of connection in here to ensure that this thing's not moving around, so things don't get broken. It's going to have a sturdy connection somehow. I don't know. I haven't got the pipe yet to figure out how exactly I'm going to make sure that that's really strong and steady. The only thing that I do know is the size of the pipe and stuff, so I know that I can make this right now. I don't know about the pipe connection, this little pipe that comes in here, or how it's going to come out. I only know about this black part right here, and I know what the sight glass is going to look like. So this design right here is pretty insured. It's going to definitely, this top plate is definitely going to be like this, and this stuff is definitely going to be like this. This is not a vacuum seal, so I don't have to worry about little cracks and stuff. I just have to make sure that it's steady enough that it's not going to fall apart and I'm not going to get shot by microwaves. So all this stuff needs to be, these have rubber O-rings in between the pipes to make sure that there's a vacuum seal. So there's going to be metal tape, like copper tape or aluminum tape, that will go around the seals before the clamps are clamped onto it, before it's used. And I would suppose that's it for that. I'll go ahead and kind of show a look on how it's being put together. So right here I have one of those pipes. This is the 12-inch pipe, and then the fitting will go inside the pipe like this, and then hammered in. All right, and then this is about the correct size. This is like the outside of it, and everything's about the perfect size for what the actual glass is going to look like. It's about, so I can't do any machining or anything because I don't know for sure about the pipes. Now this is it's bigger than the glass, which this is the correct size of glass that I'm going to get, and it's going around that. So that means that the microwaves will have to go around that diameter right there. So what I'm going to use is some metal snips, and I'm just going to cut around it with some metal snips. I'm going to use a pair of calipers to get the correct height, and then I'm going to make a mark around it using stainless steel type calipers, and the stainless steel type calipers will make sure that I've got a line here. And then I'm going to make triangular cuts, so it starts really thin up here and then gets wide, and then I snip it off, and then I'll cut halfway along the triangle right there. So let's go ahead and go back to that again. So again, on that circle I cut really thin, and then I cut it really wide, make really wide triangle, and then I'll cut the triangle up, cut the triangle in half, and then cut it along the edge, so that way I get this like seat right here. And then I can, if I make it really thin up here, I can pretty much bend that however I want it. I can just twist it, and then it will be just like that. But I should probably make the cuts around here probably about an eighth of an inch rather than a 1/16 to make sure that you have a little bit of structure, durability. When the 4-inch pipe is actually installed on the 12-inch pipe, it's going to be something similar to this. And like right here, that's the sight glass popping out. It's actually going to be coming into the main cylinder. So when I take this thing apart, I can actually change out the seals and stuff like that, and I can take the magnetron off and do some maintenance. This is maintenanceable. This design, it's all made to be maintenanceable. As far as that goes, I would say that's it. for today. Oh, dang. So, another thing that I was doing, I'm also, I think I will do that. Uh, I get another 4-inch pipe, and then I probably said something about engaged before, and then there is another stainless steel plate that actually fits inside the pipe, and then attached to this is um, a plastic type of material where magnets are actually put inside the plastic type of material, which create a cylinder, and the cylinder would look something like this, where on the front you have a piece of stainless, or it could be copper or whatever, and then you have magnets inside that, and then on the outside you have a ring of magnets, and then you just take this outside external ring that has magnets on it, and you can move it forward and backwards, and waves to uh, it will cause the waves to come to resonance using this. So that's what this is, a resonance alignment type thing. Um, all right, that's as far as I have for right now. After this, it's gonna be another like month before I can actually start putting the main pieces together. The only thing that I can do is a little bit of machining, and until I get the sight glass and stuff, then I really can't do anything. I haven't even got the main vacuum pump. I have vacuum pumps, but I have nothing that I believe is necessary to get this. Like I probably mentioned before, the idea of having matter in space, it's going to exist like a spark, where it's going to be high energy and really fast. It's going to come and go. So it's like a spark in water, where if you ignite a spark in water, then it's going to go out quickly. But if you do it in air, it's going to last a little bit longer because it can't transfer its energy out. All right, so those will need to be vacuumed out, or this chamber needs to be vacuumed out really well in order for this concept to work. All right, that's as far as I have. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and make this, and then, that's all I have to really do right now. I can't really build anymore until I have the other stuff.